Team, we are live. Can you see that? We're live. I'll be with you in a second. I have to show some things around here. Alright, hello, everyone. Today at the Vision Gallery, we're applying metallic hammered silver paint to the surface of a wooden desk. And it has naturalistic rust. It's amazing the things you can do with special effect paint. Who needs a trompe-l'oeil artist anymore? Nobody. Nobody needs a trompe-l'oeil artist anymore, Cavedweller. None. So, here we are. Again, we're working. I've got the close-up cam. If you want to watch me on Instagram, look me up. This is finished. This is Santo Sia, patron saint of skullduggery, secret ops, confusing your enemy, and using their might against themselves to propel yourself into awesomeness. He knows the secret ways, doesn't know, let his right hand know what his left hand is doing. Santo, CIA. Pray to him now. That's a finished painting. This is the Peg Leg Monkey meeting God. Peg Leg Monkey meets God. So let's see what we can do to jazz this one up a little bit. But before we begin, everybody, break out the heavy whipping cream. Break out your Disco Jesus cup purchased at the local supermercado. Add heavy whipping cream. Add the black medicine. Thank you, Disco Jesus, for this black medicine. May we be truly grateful. Whoa! It's only surface tension I left down there. I gotta... Slowly. There's a lot of adjustments going on here. Boom! Hitting the spot. Hitting the old esophagus. Alright, Cave Dweller, last time I painted out a bunch of junk and I made the sky look more like sky, dark on top, black on the bottom. I started out making it dark on bottom, white on top, and I didn't like the way that turned out, so because I wanted the clouds to contrast. Now I've been pants down again. Hang on. I remembered the water this time, but I forgot my paint. Cave Dweller, I went to the local clothing store today, and I bought this jacket for the right price. I'm not going to tell you the right price because it's a secret, because I don't want you taking all the good clothes while I'm not around. Can you hear me? I can tell this thing is on, but the traffic is very loud. I will speak loudly and carry a soft stick. This is white paint, and it's Basics brand, Liquitex Basics, and I'm using it because it's chintzy paint, and therefore, I can expect transparency. Also because I ran out of my regular white paint. Never deny the chintzy paints. There's a reason. I can't say that the polymer is exactly the same across brands. The molecule may be slightly different. I don't know. But one thing I do know is the pigment load on basic, any student grade thing is low. So let's test out my theory. Does it have transparency? And it does. Oh yeah, baby. I didn't even have to add any magic sauce. My goal is to make bubbly clouds that you might see in an Archie comic, and yet maintain the layers. I watched a YouTube video that talked about how to paint in layers, and he was painting in Rembrandt style, and I was totally lost. Of course, there was no audio that I know of, and it was all done in fast mode, time lapse. I was like, man, what are you even doing? When people who know how to paint, all I can do is drop my jaw and hang it open because this is all you get from me.
I cut my teeth on comic books and it never healed. This... Also, I don't find the finished product in a Rembrandt super realistic style painting very interesting. As a painter, putting in those layers to me is like gymnastics. But once the painting is done, I don't care about any of the layers or the technique anymore. It's boring now. A super realistic painting is just boring. I mean, if I painted in that style, I could probably actually make a living as an artist, sell millions of dollars worth of paintings, but maybe it's just sour grapes. I can't be bothered with that kind of attention to detail. I feel like it would just take too long. Look how long these take with the constant back and forth. Okay, so I'm bringing out some white in the beard. I wrote a poem about God's beard once. I said, God has a beard that grows backwards in time. And we can't tell if he's saying coochie coo, or I kill you. We really can't. We don't know what he's doing up there, down there, around here, behind our backs. Santo CIA, please protect me behind my back where God is operating and trying to ruin my life. I ask that you would just sow discord amongst God so that I can swoop in and take care of things for myself rather than being undermined every 2 seconds. Thank you. Santo CIA. Good for what ails you. Disco Jesus, help us. My two favorite bird song are the Mourning Dove and the Red-Winged Blackbird. Those are my favorites. Okay, so we got, used to be the Cosmic Cube. A little bit of sacred geometry. Maybe I'll put it back in there. Aw, man. I didn't wash a brush and now it's wrecked. I mean, I didn't even rinse it because I didn't have any water. Oh, look, it came right back. It came right back. I say look. I'm speaking metaphorically when I say look because I'm not even going to show you the brush. Cave dweller, who are you? Let's get some. What was I in the middle of doing? I wanted this. Oh, the Cosmic Cube. The thing about the Cosmic Cube is you got to get every side equal. You got to get the angles correct. See, I biffed it right there. Alright, Cosmic Cube, Daddy-O. It's better than the old version. The thing about the Cosmic Cube is you don't know if you're looking down at it or up at it. This is actually the first thing I ever learned to draw. But I didn't draw it the way I just drew it now. I drew the ellipsed square here and then one down here and then I attached the lines. Fifth grade I learned that. It's a trick I never outgrew and never took anywhere. Cave Dweller, we are here. We are right here. And when the time gets to here, we're going to sing a song. When it gets to here, we're going to shut it down. 45 minutes is all I can take. I get more painting done the longer the show, but who's going to watch me for an hour just jibber-jabber while I have loud traffic in the background and noxious fumes in the foreground? Cave Dweller, that painting of that thing that we were working on with that table, turning it into hammered silver trompe l'oeil paints are toxic. And yet here I am, drinking out of the head of Disco Jesus, talking to you, trapped in a room full of fumes. I was listening to the Farm podcast the other day. Yesterday is the other day. And it was an interview between between Recluse and oh hey, Oil Paint Drops, how's it going? It was an interview between Recluse and a guy I like. I don't know, I was going to tell you about it, I can't remember. So, Peg Leg Monkey has lost his tail. Let's get it back in there. Let's get him a return to his tail. Alizarin Crimson coming out of the tube. can see it's transparency. All right. Okay, I think that does it. It shouldn't be yellow. All right, so we got everything here. God has 3 eyes. He's got his 3rd eye blocked off with a medallion that is actually going to be... Just using the red that's on my palette. Let's make it the Wadjet eye. There we go. Something like that. Leaking down. It's just dripping down. He's so sorry that he had to destroy humanity. I speak freely about the Lord, Cave Dweller, because 1, he can take it. 2, it's hilarious. 3, I'm pissed. I'm totally pissed at the Lord. For 1, why is it that you're always begging him to do stuff? What you should be saying is, God, I'm going to do this stuff. You appreciate it? It's pretty obvious. One begs God to do it, makes you a victim. The other one says you're going to do it, makes you the agent of activation. I think that's about it. I think that's about done. I don't know what else I'm going to do here. Add some more yellow. I'm stoked. I bought a new article of clothing today and nothing can bring me down. It's amazing what a new article of clothing will do. Turns man into Superman. New article of clothing. Well, if I'd been paying attention to that video, Rembrandt video, I'd know what to do at moments like these. Sing out a song, sing out a love song to Jesus. This should be darker. At this point, I'm just adding depth to the painting by adding these color details. The actual, nothing else is really going to change here. I'm not going to make any drastic changes. Okay. I can't believe I'm getting a call. Decline. Oh, wait, I should have taken that call. All right, hang on, Cave Dweller. Well, I guess I'll leave a message. I already declined it. Dang. All right, oil paint drops. Are you still there? You're not. Okay, well, nobody's there. I didn't know I'd be getting a call in the middle of a live stream. These fumes are overwhelming. I'm being overcome with fumes. Am I making any sense? Am I speaking a different language, like in tongues? Broshtishka. Hey, I don't want an update now. Everything's going wrong. I'm getting too much things over the airwaves. Speaking of airwaves, that was a very interesting comic that I read the first 3 issues of back in 1989. I don't know if the story continued. It may have been canceled. I think it was published by Caliber. Let me see here. I'm going to use some magic sauce. Get out some more black. So, magic sauce adds transparency. So I can just go ahead and do this with clemency. There's no reason not to go outside the lines. Okay. And some of that, doing some of this. You may have noticed that the pig-legged monkey has a scar, whereas I should be. And whereas I shouldn't be. There it is. It's too dark. Smear it around a little bit. Okay, you see everything here is isolated. There are no lost edges. And I think that needs to change. So I'm adding some of this. Now I'm going to wipe it off with this rag that is painted shut. Typically lost edges are created by using dark colors, but I always like the idea of the light color lost edge as seen in the comic Sin City, where you have the super blown out whites. So let's blow out some of these whites. My balls are white. Blow it out, Daddy-O. Blow it out your hole, ain't it? Let's see what we got here. My name is the Skrauss, I'm from Pompeii. Bet you didn't know by the shape of my waist. Hey now, don't bury me, hey now. You lose your key, hey now, can you catch the hoodoo man? Whoa, whoa, I'll bet you can for the right amount of money. Okay, so we got some of that. Take this way down. Wow, doing the lost edges was a great idea. I wasn't intending to go this drastic, but it turns out it's kind of cool when I fuzz out part of the pig-legged monkey here, like he's in a cloud. And then the rest of them is in this high relief. Lost edges down, lost edges on the bottom, high relief on the top. That's the name of this painting scheme. Okay, I see that there's not enough white in there. By looking at the screen for the stream on YouTube and seeing it shrunk down there. This is great because it gives me a chance to redo his fingies. Get the small one again. Oh, interesting. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's pretty good. Go back in and with a small brush and some diluted black. Bring some of these lines back in. And bring his eyeball back. Well, I saw another interesting anime the other day. This one has something, I don't know what it's called, but each episode is an hour long, which is unusual, and it's got Yakuza. It starts out in Blade Runner, essentially. The setting is Blade Runner, but on a different planet. I love how imaginative the Japanese are. They just, one thing isn't good enough. It can't just be cyberpunk Blade Runner. It's got to be cyberpunk Blade Runner on another planet. And then they take cyberpunk even further. So everybody has infinite life because you can just purchase a new body. On top of that, it's a Yakuza-run planet, and there's a tattoo artist who's going to kill the head of the Yakuza with a tattoo. He's going to kill him with an explosive tattoo. An explosive tattoo! Brilliant! I love it so much. It's so wonderful. I am lost in anime. I've been watching them nonstop. I have to stop. It's become an addiction. When I first started watching Netflix in 2009, there was only one. Well, two. There was one about a doctor, and then there was Darker Than Black. That's it. Maybe there was Sailor Moon, too, now that I think about it. But now there's just dozens of them. I can't keep up, even. But this new one with the Yakuza, it's done in CGI, three-dimensional style. And one thing so there's three of them that I've seen that are like this. Ghost in a Shell, 2045, Ultraman, and then this one that I'm telling you about. And they're all done differently. They're all done with different levels of stylization versus reality. And the most real one is Ultraman, of course, but they keep the big eyes and the anime-type heads, you know, the ones you're familiar with, where every man looks like Speed Racer. And it's fascinating to me, and it makes me wonder, where does animation end and live action begin? Because the Avengers movies are considered live action, but they are mostly CGI. So where does animation end and live action begin? You tell me! Tell me, somebody, where it ends and begins. Okay, so this is about done. I'm going to put that away now so I can look at it later. I better add some more white. I want that edge to just float right off the canvas. There can be different levels of whiteness in here. Alright, I see the picture quality is going to go down because the sun is entering the window. If I had a better studio, I have a great studio, and I notice, you look at my set, it's total awesome sauce. Let's see what we got if I do this. I feel like I have too much white in here because I like the under colors, the colors underneath. Yeah, it's totally blown out. I can't. got up close and personal? I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's all right. Got some color going on in there. All right, putting that aside for now. This one is almost done. You'll notice I'm not touching the big one. It's because I'm afraid of it at this point, which means I have to touch it today. Otherwise, it's over with. Game has been won by the painting. We can't allow that. So I'm just going to add a wash of black. I've been looking at this, and I just want all that subdued. This is too bright. Even though I used just ochre, I just used yellow ochre on it, it's still too bright, too saturated, and I want to take that down a notch or two and show it to who's boss. Me. I am the boss. Cave Dweller, don't ever let your painting tell you what to do. You are the boss. But remember, you are in a dance with your painting. So while it should not tell you what to do by backleading, you must also cooperate. So cooperate with your painting, but don't let it boss you around. To be honest, if I was going to be honest, I actually don't take that advice. My paintings boss me around all the time. And I'm just going to paint right over these guys. I used to do a show called Skrauss Speaks, You Will Listen. It was 3 minutes long, and I filmed it in hour-long stretches. Just me talking about whatever came into my head and rearranging my studio, and this was an art school project. And my neighbor, my art school neighbor, he had the studio next to me, was talking about it in class one day, and he's like, yeah, I've seen all those episodes. What he meant is he just heard me creating them. And I said to him, yeah, they're a lot funnier when they're only 3 minutes long. Because when you just take 3 minutes of, I had some red, of the material, out of 3 hours, you can reduce every hour to a minute. You can definitely get good material out of that. And I did. It's called Skrauss Speaks, You Listen. If you go and look it up, you'll find out it's mostly art school jokes. Making fun of art school. Nobody got it. They just thought I didn't know what I was talking about. I couldn't get anybody to watch the show. I don't know why. Maybe for the same reason I can't get anybody to watch this show. I don't know. I don't know. Another reason I don't like to paint like delightful colors get covered up. Naturalism eliminates all the joyous colors. And as much as I love layers, I like sometimes the standout, outrageous layers. Okay, so this is probably too much now. Darn. Alright, I gotta resort back to the dry rag method. It's a back and forth, Daddy-o. It's a back... Oh, and I smooched. Good thing I caught that. Okay, that's better for now. We're going to leave it like this, put it aside. I've learned over the years that I don't actually see what I'm doing. I can only see it later on. So, that leaves us with just this. It is you and I. You and I. You're almost done, and I will tell you that you are almost done. Because I'm not listening to you. This needs to be a shag rug. If you know how to paint a shag rug, give me a call. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some of this. Alright, so that needed to be subdued. Now, I'm still having trouble with these walls. Montgomery Blanc is in his office. You can see him over here. Let's get this tilted up a little bit. There we go. Alright, Delusions of Grandeur. 84 is here. That's wonderful. Alright, so we got... we're going to have to bring out these fingers a little more. There he is. And then the wire goes from the phone right to this phone. It's just going to go right to that phone. Let's put it in. I'm going to use my daintiest brush for this. I'm going to use gray. I got some neutral gray. I'm experimenting with a new flavor of acrylic ink. I recommend Liquitex acrylic inks. They've worked the best for me. I've only used Liquitex CW, which are for designers. They're not for artists. And you can tell if somebody's for an artist or for a designer because designers have funky names for their colors. Tangerine. Tuscan Sunset. Artists just use the name of the pigment. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so I guess his whole phone is going to be gray. Now, if you remember phones that had cord, the cord was squiggly, and I should probably put the squiggle in there. That's a little bit intimidating. I don't. Let's see what I can do here. Alright, so it's in. You can't really tell. It's just another detail. It's just a small detail. And I've been thinking about this funky table. I'm really just going to have to move it back farther. That's all I'm going to can do. It's wrong the way it is, so I'm just going to put it right. I'm going to make it right. Look, this is from painting on top of a painting. Alright, well, it's staying there now. Sometimes your painting just tells you what it is. This is no. This is what is this? Wait a minute. Is this ink? This isn't even. No, that's acrylic. You can tell the difference between acrylic and Sumi ink by the smell. Obviously, Sumi ink has a beautiful lacquer smell. Acrylic ink smells like garbage. Now then. This is an actual table painted here from memory. Oh, that's funky. It's got a funky back. All right. Yeah, I just can't. It's not. It's wrong. It's just wrong in that spot. So I have to bite the bullet and remove it, because as much as I love the little table visually, and because it breaks the rules of perspective, it looks like a toy table. It will be read as a toy table by the unsuspecting viewer. Because everything else is fairly naturalistic, fairly naturalistic. They're stylized, but they are what they look like. And they're in the right proportions for the most part, right? So you assume the giant phone is closer to you. I mean, I could have played with that, I suppose, make the phone even bigger. Maybe I should make that phone even bigger. Okay, I'm going to make the phone even bigger. You ready? right, I like what's going on there. That table in now. But I need to fix it. And this. I'm screwing it up. Well, there's something going on with my streaming skills. I may close down the... Sayonara. Instagram, you were wonderful for a time, but no more. Okay, boy, these fumes are so choking. You know, I'm afraid to light off the hope candle. The candle of prayers to Senora Dulac. Senora Dulac, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for saving that broken acrobat kid. May all my paintings acrobat their way into infamy. Candle in remembrance of Santo Expedito, Saint Expedite. So, grab your head of Disco Jesus, insert black medicine, insert fat medicine. Thank you, Indo-Europeans. Alright team, I'm only got about 5 minutes left. Let me know if there's anything you want to say or anything you want to do. I can't tell if anybody's with me. I don't have any indication that anybody is there. And I have never. So I don't know what it looks like if somebody is there and talking to me. This must recede. This must decrease so that this may increase. To do that, I'm going to mix up some ivory black and Prussian blue. The Prussian blue is to darken it. The ivory black is to subdue it. Subdue the blue, otherwise it's very bright. It's very powerful. Alright, since I can't find my Prussian blue, I'm going to use anthraquinone blue. It's very similar. It's a little bit brighter from what I can tell, but it shouldn't matter. And now I add a ton of magic sauce. I just ordered some magic sauce from the half-breasted mega behemoth that's taking over all of civilization because of coronavirus. Capitalizing on the coronavirus. You go into a Whole Foods now, that is an Amazon brand grocery store. They are really spreading the fear factor there, boy. And it's all in the name of buy online and don't use cash. Don't use cash. We're going cashless now because everybody's afraid to touch your money. Well, whatever. Alright, so now this gets smeared on here, like so. Okay, that looks a little better. You can see now, you can see the table more clearly. Let's finish that phone before I go. Before I'm gone, I'm going to finish the phone. This is the Skrauss coming at you. I'm all alone. Team Cave Dweller. Remember, Team Gurin is all about doing the impossible. And you too can do the impossible. Just believe in the me that believes in you. Don't believe in yourself. Cave Dweller, that's how we'll make it happen. I mean, that's what Jesus used to say. And look where it got him. Immortalization through assassination. Execution. Either way. However you want to put it. I'm having a great time on Lockdown, Shakedown. Lockdown, Shakedown. I've produced many paintings. I've Pardon. I've produced many paintings, many works of art. Watched a lot of anime. Cave Dweller, I'm having a great, grand old time. And someday, I'm going to publish a flyer and get my handyman business off of Flatline. You know why? Because I love tools. And people are willing to spend ungodly amounts of money on me slapping paint on a wall. But they're not willing to spend money on me doing hard work, like for this. Do you know why that is? Can you tell me why that is? Because I don't know. I'm going to add some... need to add some to that. So I'm going to use ochre. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing here, but let's see what we got. This is obviously going to have to be done in layers. Okay, but this is... Whoa, okay. There we go. We got something going on there, that's for sure. You know, I was testing that brush. I was just experimenting. Okay. I'm done. I'm out of here, Cave Dweller. It's been a great time. It has been a blast. It has been, I think, one of my best episodes ever. Because, for no other reason than I got to wear that awesome new jacket at the beginning of the intro, at the top part of the show. My tripod for my mic is sinking. Team Cave Dweller, I'm signing off now. I'm grabbing the remote control, moving some things around, and I am ending stream. Remember how much I love you when you come into your kingdom.